Nyamita, take the nearest seat. Honorable members, I want to give a short communication on an incident of violent altercation between a sitting member and a former member of Parliament. Honorable members, I wish to inform the House that I'm in receipt of an incident report from the Chief Sergeant at Arms through the Clerk of the National Assembly regarding a violent altercation that occurred within the precincts of Parliament yesterday, Tuesday, 8th April 2025. The altercation, which is captured in a video in circulation, involved the Honorable Umulkhair Harun Mohammed MP, a member of this House, and the Honorable Iman Falhada Deko MP, former Senator and current member of the East African Legislative Assembly. Also involved was a visitor whom I'm notified was a visitor to the Honorable Falhada. Honorable members, the Honorable Falhada was within Parliament on courtesy of the honor for Parliament to accord former members of Parliament and members of the IALA the privilege to have unhindered access to Parliament and access certain facilities reserved for sitting members, including the gym. Honorable members, continued enjoyment of this privilege by non-sitting members requires the benefiting members conduct themselves in decorous manner while within Parliament. It is therefore regrettable that having been accorded such privileges, the Honorable Falhada conducted herself in an undignified manner. Honorable members, having reviewed the video and incident report, it's clear that the violent altercation between the Honorable Umulkhair MP and Honorable Falhada casts Parliament in bad light and is likely to reflect adversely on the dignity or integrity of Parliament and indeed the sanctity of the precincts of Parliament. Ordinarily, order, Karemba. Order. Ordinarily, honorable members, such a matter would merit referral to the Committee of Powers and Privileges for consideration and recommendation of appropriate action. Indeed, several members keen on guarding the dignity of Parliament and its precincts have already approached me, requesting that I invoke the provisions of the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, Cap 6, and cause the incident to be considered by the Committee of Powers and Privileges. However, honorable members, given that the incident involved a sitting member and a former member, I'm inclined to first accord the nominated member, Honorable Mulher, the opportunity to explain herself and whatever explanation she gives, also to apologize to the House for the unbecoming conduct. With respect to Honorable Falhada, the IALA Member of Parliament, I note that she does not have a platform to address the House on the floor of this House. In this regard, I direct that the member explains herself to the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Chairperson of the Parliamentary Service Commission in writing by 5 p.m. on Monday, 14th April 2025. In the meantime, Honorable Falhada is forthwith precluded from accessing the precincts of Parliament, Parliament buildings and facilities for a period of 90 days, save on the day and time when she will deliver her written explanation to the Speaker, in which case she must be escorted by a Sergeant at Arms. Honorable members, upon reviewing the response by the Honorable Falhada, I'll guide the House accordingly on any further or other action that can be taken not only on her but also on the Honorable Umulkhair, based on the apologies that I have directed them to tender. Having said that, honorable members, I shudder that at the fact that the recording of the video of the altercation between the two honorable members is claimed to have been done by a sitting member of this House. Should the claim be ascertained, it will also attract the sanctions under Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, Cap 6. Nonetheless, I hasten to caution members to resist the temptation of falling into such abhorrent behavior. Honorable members, I've told you before, sitting in my chamber, I've watched some members here filming the proceedings of this House. And I did call one member and cautioned him because the Speaker then on the chair did not notice. Let's avoid this kind of unhelpful behavior. I wish to remind all honorable members that Rule number 4 of the Speaker's rules places the responsibility of the conduct of a visitor on the member who invites such a visitor to Parliament. So when you bring in any visitor, lawyers will know there is a doctrine called Raylands versus Fletcher. Automatically applies that if you collect and keep any dangerous animal, substance, or material, and such material, animal, or substance harms people, you are directly responsible for any such harm. I therefore request members to assist in, pardon? It's called the doctrine of Raylands versus Fletcher. I therefore request members to assist in enforcing the Speaker's orders necessary for decorous conduct within the precincts of Parliament and the facilities accessible to visitors. Honourable members, I now direct the Honourable nominated member, the Honourable Mulher Harun Mohammed, to proceed to explain herself to the House and tender an apology in the manner set out by the practice of this House. Honourable members, as she comes to do so, I want to appraise the House that this kind of behavior is not new to this Parliament. In 1975, the late Honourable Jean-Marie Seroney and Joseph Martin Shikuku were arrested in the presence of Parliament and locked up. In 1980, the then Assistant Minister for Health and Kirinyaga member, James Njiru, had a violent altercation with one Nahashon Juno in the private members' rooms. In January 2000, the Honorable David Mwenje of Embakasi had a violent altercation with the then MP from Bita, the Honorable Otieno Kajwang. In January 2001, the Honorable Ochila Ayako, then member for Rongo, had a violent altercation with Shem Ochodo in this House. On July 28, 1999, the Honorable David Murade had a violent altercation with the Honorable Stephen Dicho, trading blows in the presence of Parliament. In 1997, the Honorable Otieno Kopio punched an assistant minister called Joseph Misoi in the presence of this Parliament. This was a confrontation in presence of a member called Mukhisa Kitui. In 1980, the Honorable Justus Oletipis violently attacked the Honorable Robert Matano with a rungu in the presence of this Parliament. In 2006, again the Honorable Mwenje and the member for Makadara, Honorable Ruben Dolo, had a confrontation in Parliament. In 2010, the Honorable Lotodo and an Honorable Lagat fought at the bar of this Parliament, and many others. So, Honorable Mulher, you now join the ignominious group of those, and the first woman to be involved in a violent altercation in Parliament. Of course, I have skipped Honorable Babu, owino and Jaguar had a violent confrontation and altercation in this house. I urge you, honorable members, you are called honorable because you are people of honor. And this honor is not yours. It is the honor of the people who send you here. So you carry that decorum and dignity not for yourself, but for the people who gave you the privilege out of many others to come to this parliament to represent them. Thank you. Yes, Mbai, you want to fight? It's an honorable fight. Yes, Umulher, you will hear her in silence. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 42E, I rise to make a personal statement regarding the unfortunate incident that occurred yesterday within the precincts of Parliament and is now unfortunately in public circulation. Honorable Speaker, yesterday afternoon on my way to the mosque to make my Salah prayers, I met the member for Iyala and former nominated Senator, Honorable Iman Falhada. A colleague in this house met me and the Honorable Falhada and requested us to have a talk and catch up as we took an afternoon cup of tea. During our conversation, I inquired from Honorable Falhada about incidences where she had personally attacked me and abused me in public forums and social media, as well as extending her verbal insults to my extended family. I was seeking audience with her to find a truth, not anticipating that she would throw a cup of tea at me, an incident that blindsided me. Honorable Speaker, however, at the spur of the moment, what was to be a normal conversation turned ugly. Honorable Falhada publicly attacked me, and it took the intervention of other persons to stop her, hence the unfortunate incident yesterday afternoon. I wish to sincerely apologize to this House and the public for the incident and regret yesterday's events. Honorable Speaker, in my 28 years of life, I have never been involved in any fight, and I feel bad for what happened yesterday as a member of this House and as a Muslim woman. I wish to go on record that I hold the dignity of this House and the public in high esteem, and I apologize and regret yesterday's unfortunate incident. I apologize to my aggressor, Honorable Falhada, for the uncalled attack against myself and my family. My oath of office that I took behooves me to walk away, even when justified to respond. Honorable Speaker, I also wish to thank my colleagues and everyone who called me after the incident and offered words of guidance and wisdom. I'm forever grateful, and I will hold your close words of guidance, and I take lessons of yesterday's incidents in stride. Honorable Speaker, allow me to also express disappointment by those who took advantage of the unfortunate incident and decided to record and share with the public one of my lowest moments in life, and especially as a woman. Low moments are inevitable for every human being under the sun, and mine was yesterday. This reality calls upon us to extend arms and rather, This reality calls upon us to extend arms of embrace rather than of public humiliation. I, however, let this pass and forgive anyone who may have taken advantage of the situation. Honorable Speaker, finally allow me to reiterate my commitment to upholding the dignity of this House and to continue discharging my duties in accordance with my oath of office. I once again tender my unreserved apology to this House and the public for the unfortunate incident. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and God bless.
Thank you, Honorable Mulher. I also confirm that immediately after the incident, about 1 hour thereafter, the Honorable Mulher